Good boy. Welcome to another day in the office at Benton Homestead. Today we are going to continue where we left off, cleaning out the garage of our former ryokan, Japanese inn, that has been abandoned for about 40 years. If you remember at the end of our last video, we had a big pile of things to take to the garbage and recycling center, and there were a few things they rejected. One thing is this long coil of large plastic tubing. We were told that it needed to be cut down to less than 1 meter in length, and that's on me because I do remember reading that in the garbage and recycling manual that we were given once we became residents of Ōmishima. And once I cut it down, I decided to just put it in the yellow bag for free municipal pickup. The other thing they didn't take were these 3 crates full of fishing nets, and the reason they said is because there's too much metal in these fishing nets. Once I started cutting it apart, I could see that it was woven all around the edges. This is actually going to take me some time to take care of properly, but eventually I'll get all these metal pieces cut out and then we can throw away the rest of these nets. I did manage to save some things from the 2 waterlogged boxes. It's mostly some books and office supplies. Right in front here we've got 3 gift boxes of really nice blankets. One of them is actually towel material, and I see that the box says towel kit instead of blanket, so that's good to know. I actually found a very large towel previously and I didn't know what it was, so now it's good to know that Japan has a word for a combination towel blanket. This is a real sturdy bamboo basket. I'm sure it's going to clean up just fine. This is a small box of fishing gear, which I'll put with the rest of the fishing gear. And this is a really cute box design. You'll see the honeycomb shape and the word hachi. Hachimitsu is the word for honeybee in Japanese. I like the design of the box, and the description is written in French, but inside the contents are a bit disappointing. There are some plastic cups. This is another box of books, and I'm going to leave them out here for now because they don't seem to be in as good of shape as the other books that we found. They seem a little soft, so if there's any chance of mold or anything like that, I'm just not going to keep them. Now, what on earth is going on with this? Now, obviously an insect or something has been eating this, and I see these little granules. Garlic. I think I'll let Evan add this to the compost. Boy, dirt and dust I can handle, and even the occasional spider, but these tiny pieces of plastic that just disintegrate and go everywhere, that's what gets me. Yuck. Now this just needs a little bit of cleaning, and it's a really nice piece of what they call Japanese lacquerware. This one's really pretty too, and it makes me see that the other one was missing the spoon inside. But boy, I tell you, as I've been going through the things that we've found and deciding what to list on our Etsy shop first for the vintage and the retro items and antiques, I'm just learning a lot about all this stuff that I never knew or never... Some of it I didn't want to know, but there's a lot of really cool things here and a lot to learn. This one is identical and had a smaller one hidden inside. Another pretty piece of lacquerware. Unfortunately, this is one of the only ones I've found that has a pretty good sized scratch in it. Wow, these are super cute, and the first rain boots that I've found in good shape. These are brand new. Look how cute. Unfortunately, they are not my size. Does anyone out there wear a size 23 in Japanese rain boots? This is a little 80s, but it's cute. It's metal. It's got the red stamp pad, which of course the pad is no good, and then the stamp cleaning brush. It's got a lock, and the keys are inside. That would look nice on a desk with an old school computer and some floppy disks. This is another one of those items that looks like it was never taken out of the box. It looks like it's either for actually cooking at the table or for serving something and keeping it hot. Just take a minute to admire this box design. Nice red and black duotone image here. When you open it up, red and blue. And the water pitcher is a nice chrome and red. Here's some hardware that won't immediately go to the metal recycling. Those might come in handy for a future renovation project. Super cool. We've got some 8-tracks. I don't think we have a way to play them. This cute little box is unfortunately full of styrofoam. These are for storing tools in your car. One of them's empty and one has some tools in it. So I guess that's a sign I should clean one of them up and actually put it in our K-truck. I don't really want any of these plastic things, but these will definitely come in handy for the honeybee yard. Now this looks like it's for serving fish on, which makes sense considering the history of our house. It's got this little handle, and unfortunately I just scratched it doing that. And also, I think I just recycled something that looks like this, so we might have some more of these trays somewhere else. This dish set seems to have one of the more modern designs I've seen, which contributes to the idea that a lot of the things in this garage were possibly put here after the house was abandoned or at the time it was abandoned, as opposed to earlier. Taking a moment to appreciate another cool box design. Look at this. That's definitely a time period. Look at these golden beauties. I have a feeling we're just going to keep finding more and more dishes out here, so I'll be bringing these inside for sorting to get them out of the garage, so then we can use the garage for actual garage things. Just for the record, I've only gotten through this little corner so far, and we still have all of these to go. These wooden boxes are great. We have, gosh, between the two houses, I couldn't even estimate how many we have. I'm sure these are empty. All the others were stored empty. But they're meant for stacking. Someone said they're made for making sweets. Someone said they're made for carrying the bento lunches out to the farmers in the community. So I'm not sure exactly what they're for. Perhaps each different size serves a different purpose. But we've got a lot of them, and I'd like to figure out how to use them somehow. Another cute box design. Look at stylized Mount Fuji. With more dishes. Boy, all these green and gold ashtrays would look super cool in some sort of red velvet room or 70s themed tiki bar. Now these don't have the little indent for cigarettes, so I'm not sure if they're ashtrays or ashtray shaped dishes, but with what I've found so far, I'm easily going to have to add a category to our Etsy shop just for ashtrays. I think this box might be condiment dishes with lids made of glass. Whatever they are, they're really tiny. Wow, this is cool. A ceramic set for parties. The design is not quite as cool as the one on the box though, but still pretty. I'm sure somebody wants that. It's always sort of a question of whether or not the item inside is actually going to be what's on the box. And I love it when it is. Cool, these are nice too. They catch your watermelon drips. Based on how this box sounds when I wiggle it, I'm guessing that's what's actually inside. Now this pretty blue and gold ceramic piece is cool, but here's what makes it cooler. Ignore my dirty hands, and I can't read most of this because it's all in kanji, but I recognize those characters on the right-hand side. That says Ōmishima. Goodness, that is a gorgeous vase. Wow, I've never seen anything like this. This is black and gold cast iron. It's super heavy. The bottom of it says October 1977, and I'll have to get Evan to translate the rest of that. If any of you can read that, please feel free to let me know in the comments. This is a really nice set that says crystal, and some more dishes. Well, that is just an adorable set. And here I was worried we'd ran out of dishes. Okay, so taking a step back, this is just how I loosely organize things into what room they need to go into. Then once I get them into the house, I'll clean them up a little bit more. It's just so dirty in this garage that there's really no point in cleaning them while they're still out here. Then once they get in the house, I'll put them with other items that they are similar to. So kitchen stuff goes into the kitchen, and then I have a room for clothing, which is, that's going to be a lot of videos coming up at some point soon. And then a room for housewares and things of that nature. So I don't really know what I'm doing, but this is the workflow that we have figured out for the time being. I will just say, in case it's not obvious from these videos, as we go through and open up all these boxes, I'm just constantly vacillating between being really, really excited and being overwhelmed. There's just so much stuff here. And I don't think most houses in Japan are going to come with quite this much stuff, but I feel overwhelmed, but I also just feel so incredibly fortunate that we are able to be flexible enough with our business plan and with what we're doing and working for ourselves that we can say, oh my gosh, we really need to start selling these antiques and open an online shop. And we can do that, and we're working towards that. And we were just talking the other day, I mean, there is an end to these things. The end is not in sight. We still have rooms to go through, and all of these boxes, I feel like I could be listing items online for literally years. I don't really know. I don't know if the shop is going to take off. I do know that people have expressed interest before I found out that the Etsy shopping cart was not allowing people to check out. I know that 4 of my 20 listings were marked as sitting and waiting in people's shopping carts already. But I feel like as soon as I get things going, I am feeling hopeful that it might take off, and this might be a completely unexpected, great addition to our little business and what we're doing here in Japan. On that note, I also want to give a big thank you to the YouTube subscriber who brought it to my attention that my Etsy shopping cart was not actually functioning yet. I thought everything was good to go, but I just want to give you a heartfelt thank you for bringing it to my attention. Alright, I've got to start moving some of these things into the house that I've sorted through today, so I think I'm just going to grab another box or two and see what we can find. Is there anything up here that is not dishes? I pulled this box off the end, and I thought I was in luck that it would not be dishes, because it was full of small boxes. But all the small boxes are dishes. Alright, Evie just showed up after working in the honeybee yard all day and taking a shower, so I'm just going to show him a couple of these cool things.
And first of all, this ashtray, our neighbor just popped by and she said, oh, that's from a store that used to exist on the other side of the island that would sell ceramics.
Yeah, so I was hoping that it was made on Ōmishima, but it was apparently sold by a shop on Ōmishima.
It's a little rusty, but...
What do we got?
Well, so this is like a crock pot. Doesn't have any settings on it, I don't think, but... Oh, no it does. Yeah, so you can set the heat. So it's like a crock pot, but it's for cooking at the table. So it's like nabe. It says nabe, which just means pot, but it also means the stuff cooked in a pot. So it's just a shallow crock pot. It's pretty cool, we'll keep it.
Yeah, we might actually use this in the kitchen.
This is actually for incense, I'm pretty sure. We got a bunch of these, but they're all rusty. This is the first brand new one I've seen, and I don't know. I'd call it a fajita plate. It actually says what it is right on the box. It's a sukiyaki pot, and sukiyaki is something you cook at the table. Looks like another sukiyaki pot then. This is probably the biggest one we have, and one of the least rusty.
Alright guys, the sun is going down. We have a lot to organize. And boy, I really did not think it was going to take this many videos to get through all these boxes in the garage. I think we're on video 3 or 4, and it's going to take another 1 or 2 before we make it through all of these. And we might even be able to do YouTube Lives by then. We are only 350 hours away from our 3,000 hour watch time requirement. And we're well beyond the 1,000 subscriber mark now. We are right about 1,200. So thank you to everyone here, and hello if you're new and we haven't met yet.
Alright guys, thanks for watching. Still staying busy in the field, so we should have a honey harvest coming before the end of this week, which we're looking forward to. More content on that and lots more to come, so join us in the next video. Thanks!